you come out of yourself and really start to smell the flowers along the way. It's also a very entrepreneurial part of your solar chart as well. So you might have invested something, time, energy, knowledge, money, resources into a project, and this is really going to support that project. So you're going to grow through these types of areas here. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to connect with people. There's an area of romance as well, particularly, again, I would say in August, with Mars coming through there, that's most likely. And particularly connecting in with the young energy, so children, young people, also animals as well, pets and so on. And you have access to the sorts of activities, whether you do them in your hermit type way, as is your wont, Pisces, or whether you do it with others, where you just feel that you're that you're on the beam, you're in your power, and also others will start to appreciate you because you just are sort of radiating in your own spontaneous, unique kind of way. And you Pisceans born 25th of February to the 5th of March, or with 7 to 15 degrees of Pisces rising, going to feel this energy the most this month. So I started off with Jupiter because Mars is really, chugging through that area there. Mercury has been in that same area that I've just been describing to you with Jupiter. So we've got Jupiter, Mars and Mercury all in that area there. And Mercury has actually been in there since the end of May and will be coming out of there on the 9th. Mercury in that area means that your mind and conversations and so forth will be centered around anything to do with creative, speculative, enterprising sorts of activities, leisure or sporty type activities maybe, or hobbies, pastimes, that type of thing. And then Mercury's going to move, and then between the 9th and the 24th, Mercury whizzes through the next sign, Leo, meaning that your mind is more focused on schedules and the to-do list and chores and keeping up with things, repairs and the like. Very different to the previous area, which is really quite creative and helps you to be more articulate and allow you to communicate in a more entertaining maybe kind of a way, and also to enjoy that coming from others, having that sort of bavadery, that sort of just chit chat with others that you really enjoy. So Mercury moves between the 9th and the 24th and goes into this more serious area to do with work, the mechanical details of daily life. And then from the 24th until the end of the forecast period, Mercury is then in your opposite sign, and that means that interactions with others will be highlighted, and you exchanging information, ideas with others, you finding somebody who's what they've got to say is interesting, or the other way around, vice versa, and you can be working on your people skills and also on your communication skills, and you can be having to do more having more discussions, more correspondence or paperwork or work over the wires because of one-to-one type interactions. So the sun is first of all, and as the month kicks off, the sun is in quite a work-orientated area. And that might mean that you've got to, do a bit of housekeeping or just be there more getting things organized in the way you like. However, with the other energies, with Mars, Mercury and Jupiter, you'll be having probably quite a few laughs along the way. And then from the 23rd, it's not time for you to be going it alone. That's when the Sun comes into your opposite sign, and then you'll have the Sun and Mercury both in the same part of the chart, for bonding, for connecting with others, for clicking with others, for maybe encountering that special other person, considering the position of Mars as well and Jupiter, and really hitting it off anyway with others. However, Mars, just to get back to him for a minute, sometimes there can be a little bit of tension that he brings in his wake. Yes, he's in a very spontaneous and for some romantic kind of area, but also can make you feel more competitive, more assertive, even aggressive, and also in the mood to take a bit of a gamble, so watch that one. But Mars can be hasty, and you might find that the characteristics of that area there, some element is in that area of your solar chart is just downright annoying and irritating. Like it can be children are more boisterous, or animals, or maybe it's the romantic partner. So whether that's a good or a bad thing is up to you to know. But overall, Mars is in chiming in with Jupiter really well, and so that's the time for you to get active with the sorts of pursuits that you really enjoy, that help you to feel centered in your core, in your power, and help you to feel good. And then from the 28th, Mars moves, and then you've got to get organized in more practical sorts of ways, and that's quite a different story. However, Jupiter will still be in the house of fun. Saturn is slowly chugging through Scorpio, and will be doing so until nearly into 2015. And that puts Saturn actually in a very supportive aspect with your sun sign Pisces, and that means that you'll be taking your ideologies, wider communications, even publications, literature maybe, academia maybe, legal matters, long distance connections and interests more seriously. You need to work harder with those, and you could be integrating a new understanding as you're going forwards there, of whatever, and also some of you could be learning a new language or a system of thinking or a belief system of some kind, but definitely a time for you to develop an ideology or a field of knowledge or a belief, like chipping away at a stone, is what I always say. And so you've just got to be consistent and patient as you watch the thing take shape and become real. Yes, and nothing happens quickly with Saturn, as I am also always saying. And you Pisceans born between the 22nd and the 26th of February, or with around 4 to 8 degrees rising, going to feel this energy the most. Now we've got a lot going on in the sky. We've got this brilliant grand trine, and your sign is on one of the corners of this great triangle in the sky at the moment, but also bolted onto the side of the triangle through Jupiter in Cancer. We've got another triangle, and that is a working triangle, and it's also known as a T-square, and it will start to push this and heat and move the wonderful positive energy of the grand trine. So it's going to really activate it, I think that's the word I'm looking for, this month. And so in itself, the working triangle, the T-square, is actually quite a conflicting, tense, quite harsh aspect, but it's the engine which will actually, make the rest of it really, really flow. So if you handle this one, then you can do quite well out of it and be very creative and joyful within this expansive phase, and going through the proper channels or acquiring more knowledge or wider life experience can be a bit convoluted, but this energy this month is likely to help you to actually, as you're chipping away at this stone, as you're trying to realize something, it starts to come into some kind of shape for you. So the grand trine energy will be, energized by this T-square, this working triangle, and this is going through this very creative area for you. It might have an effect on your children, if you have children, or young people or animals or pets nearby, or that you're connected to, or with romantic partners, and it or with spouses, anybody that you've got a very strong connection with. And when you're with them, it just makes you feel more powerful, more yourself, and more relaxed, really. So it can also be affecting their lives as well. And in a positive way, though, I would say, even though the working triangle, the T-square, needs, handling, it's about where we put our attention. Are you going to put the attention, just on the hot engine room, whether the engine's thumping away, or you're going to climb up into the wheelhouse and enjoy the beautiful scenery all around and feel the lovely soft breezes from the sea on your face, or wherever you are, using an analogy. And then the dolphins leaping, because that is the grand trine with the T-square energy. The sweaty engine room is going to drive this thing forward. So it's up to you whether you stay in the engine room or come up on deck, really. And this transit is going to be exact on August the 8th, but you'll feel it all month. It'll particularly be affecting you Pisceans born at the end of February, the beginning of March. Or you'll feel it probably the most, or with any other planet that you've got around about the same degree, but this is just on the level of the Sun at the moment. And you'll probably start feeling this coming in from the 28th, when Mars whizzes past that point just before Jupiter does, on the point of the triangle of the grand trine, and then the whole thing starts to really click in and starts to roll forwards altogether in this powerful wave. And but it's a wave that you can have fun kind of surfing on. It's not a tsunami. So now I think I've said everything. So that's it for August. And if you know your rising sign or your moon sign, then if you look at the forecast for those, it'll give you a little bit more, or maybe take away a little bit. It depends on which bits you think are relevant. And also, if you want to catch up with what's going on with the outer planets and which part of your sign they may be affecting, then I update that every month on my website. And I'll see you the next time.